Hey, 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 everybody. We are excited to be here. It is Tell the Truth Tuesday. Yay, yay, and yay. So, as I have been posting in the group, we have the one, the only Natasha White with us. She is a global self care coach. I have the honor and privilege of knowing her personally and to be able to just know her expertise and her love for self care for women. So, we are in for quite the treat on this evening, morning, afternoon, just in case you're catching this on the replay. So we're really excited. Thank you for tuning in. And Natasha, thank you for being with us tonight.
Hi. I'm glad to be here too. I have to
Yay.
stay. I have to stay on Takara's energy because it's always high.
It is, isn't it? So I know for me, and I know there's a lot of women who can probably relate to this as well. Self care is one of those things that we may need a little more help in, a little more of a push to really gain a working definition of what self care really looks like. So a lot of times we think it's the petty, the manny,
Mhm.
that's self care, or, having the beat face, that's self care. So can you kind of talk about, first of all, who you are? We'll start there. And then if you can share with us, what does it really mean for women to take care of themselves? That might be a
Okay.
loaded question, but we can dissect.
Yeah, that was so much,
I
really.
know,
No.
right? Okay.
But first of all, as Takara said, my name is Natasha White. I'm the global self care coach. I'm also a licensed massage therapist. I do mobile services for my clients as well. Um, and as Takara also said, yeah, a lot of times as women, we lump, I think, self care into the petty matty, petty patties, and to going to the spa, doing those types of things. Because I even during the course of my career as a massage therapist, I've always asked people, what does your self care look like? And I don't think everybody's kind of accustomed to that question. So most of them was, oh, I went and got a spa day. Oh, I went and had a medi pedi. Oh, I went and did this. And I get that. That's great. However, I think also self care is something that most people think is work.
Right.
And oh, I'll get to it later. Oh, I'll eventually get me some rest. Or I eventually, take some time away from XYZ and do something for myself. So I think it's possible to do a daily self-care regimen, and it doesn't require a lot of work. It just takes us, being intentional about doing something. And that could be anything. Everybody's self-care is different for each person. What may work for you may not work for me. What may work for whoever may not work. Everybody has something different. Everybody has hobbies. Most of the times we have hobbies. Hobbies are there for a reason. They're there to give us that escape from all the craziness that we endure, go through on a daily. You
Mhm.
know, but when we take the time to intentionally be about, okay, this is about me. This is about what I like to do. I like to read. I like to sew. I like to do whatever instead of it sitting over there getting cobwebs and it's never get touched until, oh my God, I'm at burnout. Oh my God, this person's getting on my last nerve and I just need to
Right.
go and get ah, da, da, da,
Yeah.
da. And then that's when we start to reach for that whatever that gave us some peace of mind, that gave us some quiet time, that gave us some downtime. Or unfortunately, a lot of times it's when we may get a bad diagnosis.
Mm,
We don't want to wait until we at this point of, oh my God, I got this, horrible diagnosis from the doctor. My blood pressure is elevated. Now I got to get on blood pressure medication. Or, my cholesterol is high. Now I got to work to change my diet. We know
right.
what we need to do because generally the body speaks to us. And even though most people don't think it does, it does. It
Yeah.
get that pain, that's a reason for that. You got gas, that's a reason for that. You having headaches, There's a reason for that. Your back is aching. There's a reason for that. The body is speaking to you, and the body is saying, "Hey, hey, I'm tapping you on the shoulder. I
Wow,
need you to recognize. I'm trying to get you to pay attention to me.
that's good.
I'm trying to get you to pay attention and say, you know what? I feel this. Maybe I should change that. Or maybe I should tweak this. Or maybe I should give some attention to that."
Hmm.
And I always use the analogy of when you're driving your car. If that car goes on E, you know it needs gas, right? What you gonna do? You go straight to the gas station and you fill it up, right? You take the time to do what you need to do so that car can keep running. So why not take the time to do what you do so your body can keep running? We
That's good.
run we run our bodies so much,
Right.
and then we wonder why we have this ailment, or we got this going on, this, or why we feeling this, or why we're fatigued, or anything.
Right.
So it's huge.
So you said something that I'm gonna take and run with it, and
Uh-oh, she's running.
I'm gone. Look, and so you said that when we know that we are running low, then we need to be refilled, right?
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, what about those of us that only put $5 in the tank because we know we can get to and from? And so, what I'm meaning, it even in this context, where we
Mm-hmm.
give ourselves just enough
Right.
to make it to the next task, and then we'll be like, okay, well then once if I can just get past this,
Mm-hmm.
get to this,
Yes.
then I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do, and then we never do it. We always in a place where we talk about what we gonna do, or let me
Mm-hmm.
get
Right.
past this, or let me get over this hump. We say it a lot. Let me get over this hump,
Right.
and so
Mm-hmm.
where does that mindset come from? And I have an idea, but I want to hear from you because as women, we wear different hats and roles and
Right.
different responsibilities. And so I understand, yet I don't understand the whole why do we put ourselves in these positions to where we only give ourselves a little something when God has more than enough for us, but we just give ourselves a little something? What is, in your expertise and your years of doing this, what are some of the things that lead women to not fully devoting themselves to self-care and self-love? What does that look like?
One main thing I think it is, we look outside of ourselves to feel ourselves.
Yeah,
So we're so accustomed to, oh, I need somebody to do XYZ, or I need this thing to fill me up. It's people, why people have vices. Me personally, my vice is emotionally eating. So a lot of times I retract. I may go and run to the food and think that's going to, soothe whatever I got happening at that time.
yeah,
But ultimately, that affects my well-being. It affects my body. It may make me feel uncomfortable, and it's not helping me in that situation. So I think that's the biggest thing. One is that we're so busy looking outside of ourselves when we have what's in ourselves to
that's
do
good.
what we need to do, because we know ourselves. We know
Indeed.
our bodies. We
Right.
know what happens when we eat something we're not supposed to eat. We know what happens if we run to this person who we know ain't good for us, and is just gonna whirlwind around, and go to that person to fill up, or that void, or at that time. We're not solving the issue, we're just
Come
actually
on.
making it worse.
That's good right there.
So yeah, and the second one is guilty. I don't understand why we feel guilty. I really can't answer that
That's
question, but I
good.
think we get guilty about doing for ourselves. Like, it's just the ultimate crime to self to do for self. I
Yeah,
don't get it.
that
But
part.
we can, and I can attest to that, because I have been one who have been so accustomed. If somebody called me and say, "Hey, Natasha, I need XYZ," I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it." Go full throttle. I could be tired and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it,"
Exhaust.
because it's like I'm exasperating myself and knowing I really don't need to be doing it, because first of all, it's not helping me. It's
Right.
not making me feel any better.
Yes.
But I feel guilty if I take this time for myself, maybe I should have. No, I just don't feel right that I'm doing for me. And it's not selfish to take care of yourself. It's only selfish not to.
I love
So,
I love
you
that.
know, So I think those are the two biggest reasons we're always looking outside of ourselves and we're feeling guilty because we feel for some reason it's just so wrong to do for self.
I love this. So looking outside of ourselves, guilty. We have someone, my dear sister Angel, said
Hi,
she
Angel.
said money issues in some cases. And that is true, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a really great segue to
Mm-hmm.
what I know that you do on Mondays. Y'all, I'm gonna give you guys her information and you guys can keep up with her. Let me say this, I'm gonna brag on her really quickly. She might kill me. Um, for those of you who may not know, I am an identity coach. So I don't just call
Mm-hmm.
myself as a regular life coach. I literally help women live, unlock, and rediscover their purpose. It is my job to expose them to their true value so they can be everything that God has created for them to be, right? This is one of my clients for the past year and some change now. And I have seen her transformation in such an amazing way to where when she first came aboard, she was simply the massage therapist with all these other giftings, and through coaching and through Jesus and through fasting and through Jesus and through coaching and through Jesus and through
Jesus, yes.
Jesus and through Jesus. Okay, being able to really unlock who she's always been created to be. And so, this woman that we have here tonight, ladies, pick her brain because she knows what she's talking about, from massage to self care tips to being that coach to you talking about somebody who brain dumps and can give you poetry from her brain dumps. I just tell her, look, I need you to brain dump. And she sends me a whole prophetic poem of what's in her brain. So I say all that to say we have somebody who is truly passionate about helping women understand their value and understanding the purpose of self-care. So I encourage you to ask questions, pick her brain. You have my permission. Um, and she's more than capable and more than excited to be able to help us in this area. So, money issues. What I love about that, because that's real. That's a real
Mm-hmm.
life situation to where women want to have those self-care moments, but maybe money is an issue. I mean, I know for me, there was a time in my life where yeah, I wanted to do things and I couldn't because God had me in a period of teaching me the difference between a want and a need. So
Mm-hmm.
even though I needed that, at that time my mind couldn't handle the fact that it's bigger than a petty and a mani or a massage. So I didn't know. So let's educate some women tonight on what are some ways to really love on yourself and self-care and all that good stuff in such a way where it's economical. And so this is where I know your Monday tips are getting ready to boom out. I'm excited. I'm good. Look, I got pen and paper. I'm
She
ready.
got pen and paper. She
I'm
ready
ready.
already.
Eyes
So,
ready. I came with my yeah. I'm taking
okay, she
notes.
ready. I'm so glad she ready.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
the first thing, what I want everybody to do, first of all, I want you to put your hand in front of your face. Put your hand in front of your face and blow. So that's telling you you're alive, right? You
Mm,
breathing,
mm.
you existing, you're here, you're present.
Hallelujah.
Your breath was given to you. God gave you the breath of life. Your breath helps you in so many ways that we take it totally for granted. So it was a Monday self care mini that I did give once, and I'm gonna put it out there again. And that was to use your natural muscle relaxer. Your natural muscle relaxer is your breath. So I want everybody to just close their eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. And I don't want you to breathe from your chest. When you breathe from your chest, that's it. I want you to feel your belly. So put your hand on your navel. I want you, when you breathe in, push your belly out. So your hands should be pushing out. That's filling your cup. Your chest and your shoulders to fill up last. And just do like a 4 count. You can do a 4 count, breathe in. And do a 4 count, breathe out, straight through your nose. You can do that anywhere you at. That don't cost you a dime. That's free. That's a priceless gift that God has given you, your breath. You can do that anywhere. You can do that driving. You can do that on public transportation. You can do that if somebody's getting on your last nerve, just separate yourself, take your deep breaths in. That's to calm you down, because that helps the body and the heart to pump the oxygenated blood to everything. You got tension or tightness. Focus on that area you got tension in. Breathe. Take that time to fill you up, rejuvenate you. And that's all it takes. Oh my God, that was so much work, right? So much work, and it's just that simple. And this is why I say daily you can practice your self-care. So those who work, I always tell people, you get a break, right? That's your time. You got your 15-minute break, you got your 30-minute lunch. That's your time. That's nobody else's time but yours. That job is mandated to give you 2 breaks and a lunch.
Come on.
That's your time. What you do with your time is for you. That's not for the company. That's not for whomever. That's your time. So take that time. Utilize that time. If that means go take a walk. Don't cost nothing to take a walk. You walk every day, right? Plus, you're moving your body. You're getting some work in. You warming up your muscles, your tissues. You're getting some movement. You're getting some range of motion as you move. All of that is taking part in helping you, right? You're helping you breathe, getting away from any stresses at that point. If it's the job is stressing you, help to lower your blood pressure when you're doing that. All these different things we don't take into account because generally we're so focused on what that thing is that has irritated us.
Woo!
We got to put that thing is that has irritated us out of our mind and be intentional about keeping ourselves at peace. Because mostly, I still say, even though they say heart disease is the #1 killer, I get it. Stress is killing people.
Amen.
Stress is killing people.
Yeah.
It is masking itself as high blood pressure. It is masking itself as the diabetes. It is masking itself as the cancer. Our bodies get eaten away because we're stressing about any and everything, or we're allowing people. I did say allowing people to stress us.
Wow.
Because if you know that this person or whatever is in your space that's causing havoc all the time, always nitpicking or whatever the case may be, that person got to go. they got to go. It is what it is. They got to go, and you have to make a decision to do that.
Amen.
Sometimes we're holding on to stressors.
Yes.
For whatever reason. We're holding on to stressors. Oh, well, I feel I'm obligated because that's my boy, or that's my friend, or that's my sister, or whatever. No. It's not serving you. If it's not serving you, if it's making you sick, if it's stressing you out, if you're feeling like I can't sleep at night or whatever, that has to go. That has to go. And it's about making that decision to do that. Been there. I was a people pleaser for a very long time. Felt I was obligated to accommodate everybody all the time. I was exhausted. Exhausted continually. So utilize your breaks. Utilize your lunch. Take that time. Go take a walk. Have a picnic with yourself. These are free things. I ain't saying anything about $1 yet. These are free things. Take you a nice bubble bath. Put on the door. Do not disturb. This is my time. Shut everybody out. Run your bath water. Put your bubble bath in there. Add some rose petals. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Light some candles. Put it around your room. Put some incense up in there. You good to go. And you will sleep like a baby. Free. As I said, still have not mentioned $1 yet. So take those moments to just, love on you. Speak to yourself. Tell yourself, look in the mirror. I love you. I appreciate you. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. You're valuable. We have to speak life into ourselves as well. So
Yeah.
when we do that, we're loving on ourselves, because a lot of times we're so busy hearing the negative stuff that people are saying to us, and we hold on to that negative stuff,
Good. That's
and
good.
that just continues to eat at us too. And once that's we start holding on to it, we think we're that. Oh, I'm not beautiful. Oh, I'm not this. Oh, I'm not that. And then you constantly living in an amount of, this unworthiness, unvaluable type person when you're not. You have value. This is why you do these things. You have to speak that into yourself as well.
Right.
Hug yourself. Wrap your arms around yourself and just give you a good hug.
That's so good.
These are things that you can naturally do. And if it means, if you got a spouse, got the kids, wake up a little bit early before everybody else. This is about being intentional for you, so you can have your quiet time. Everybody can work. You can work with everybody else once you get filled. So fill your cup first
Oh,
and give everybody else your overflow.
my God.
Once you have your cup full, once you give out your overflow, you good, because you've already filled up. So utilize that time, and once you start being intentional about it,
Woo.
you can match anything in that day. Have meditation, have prayer. I don't know if everybody is, spiritual, whatever, but God is there all the time. That's the one consistent in your life. And I've been learning that over my years. And it's not to say that I don't have moments. I was just telling Takara before we came on, I had an extremely stressful week. And I called my job. I was like, look, I need time away. I got to regroup. And I'm okay with that. And now that been me, like Takara said a year ago, that been me. I'll still be going, stressed the heck out, trying to figure out what to do. Oh my God. Oh, well, I can't take no time off because no. I was like, It started with a day, and then like next day I called my boss and was like, I need 2 more days. And I just called her again and said, can I get the rest of the week off? I'm good.
Wow.
Because I'm at peace with that, and I know it's taking care of me, and I have to take care of me first. And in order for me to be operational, I got to be able to know that I've filled my cup, then I can move on to everything else, and it's gonna be there when I get back, and I'm okay with that.
And that's powerful. And what I love that you said is being intentional, because
Mm-hmm.
self-care time is something that you need.
Yes.
And you can't just be so, I'm going to get to it when I get to it. No,
Mm-hmm.
get to it sooner than later, because what you don't want to happen is for all these emotions and feelings bottled up, and then you just spew and you lose it. Then you're really gonna need some type of time and
Yes.
care and things of that nature. So I love what you were saying just about being intentional, because a lot of times as women we can be intentional with being mom, we can be intentional with being wife, we can be intentional with being that professional woman. But when it comes to ourselves and being intentional, it's like, what? That's foreign. What does that mean?
Right.
What's the definition of that? I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
but and I believe that's a lot of times because as women, we're servants, we're helpmates. And so naturally, our role is to put others before we put ourselves. So
Right.
let's talk about that, because I think it's really important that we learn how to start putting ourselves first in such a way to yet still be um, successful and accomplished and things of that nature. So, if for me, for instance, I'll use myself as an example. So, self care for me might be watching TV for
Mm-hmm.
an hour. Because my TV is, first of all, I'm about to give y'all the inside scoop. The only place I have a TV in my house is my living room.
Me too.
I don't have a TV in my bedroom.
Right.
I was told years ago by a doctor of mine that the bedroom is for two places. One is for sleep, and the other one we all grown. We can figure out what that is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And said that a TV does not have a place in your bedroom.
Yeah.
And so, for me, when I get ready to want to watch some TV, I have to go in the living room, and I try not. Maybe I'll watch a movie. And I'm very intentional not to turn on Lifetime or Hallmark, because next thing I know, the credits rolling and I'm staying watching another movie. And so, just being mindful that self-care look different than Natasha, may look different than Angel, may
Mm-hmm.
look different than Tanisha, may look
Yeah.
different than Ray Ray. And guess what? That's okay.
Yeah.
We need to understand and do the work to see what we need to do for us. And self-care is bigger than a mani and pedi. I cannot stress that enough. Bigger than a mani, bigger than a pedi, bigger than a massage. Self-care even and self-love even talks about our mindset and our mental
Yes.
capabilities to be able to function on a daily basis. So let's talk about that a little bit. You
Mm-hmm.
know, what are some ways, or yeah, what are some ways for us to be mentally stable in times where we might want to lose it?
Mm-hmm. And Skyra knows this for a fact from me. I tend to draw away from everybody and just get quiet. And she reaches out to me and be like, what's wrong? You quiet. So, and the thing I think is the hardest for most people, because we tend to do that. We draw back. We don't reach out. We don't, seek out somebody to help us through a situation. And that is helpful. I mean, if they just, you definitely want somebody in your space that's going to be a listener, not somebody to just hear you. You want them to listen
Right.
and, know when to give you that sound advice. And if it means just listen to you vent, they appreciate you enough to just listen to you vent, to allow you to get that release out.
That's it.
And it's huge,
Yeah.
and it's necessary, because we all want somebody to listen to us. We all want somebody to have that space where we know it's free space, it's a
Yes.
safe space that we can
Yes.
go to, and nobody's going to judge us by whatever we have going on, that challenge we're dealing with at that moment. So to have that in your space, and just do an assessment of the people in your space, because if they're always coming and trying to pour all they crap on you, and you need somebody to just listen to you, then that's not who you need to be calling. You need to
Right.
be making sure you calling somebody that's going to be there and be compassionate enough to listen to what you have to say and give you that space to release, give you that space to vent, give you that space to, if it means you got to cry, cry. Don't hold it in.
Yeah.
Cry. That's a release. It may wear you out, but it's something you need. So do that. Write, journal. That was always been a huge thing for me. I would just write. I live in Chicago. Wonderful Lake Michigan is up there. I would sit at the water. I call the lake or any body of water my liquid altar, because when I go to the water, I'm good. I can just drop everything there. It's tranquil, it's peaceful. I don't have nobody in my ear trying to tell me nothing. I just feel like I'm being communicated to through nature. So for me, and hopefully for anybody, nature is a great source to go to and a great escape to get away from it all. Shut down all the electronic devices. I
Woo!
can't say it enough.
I'm about to say that for the
Oh
people.
my God.
Say it
We
again.
we are so distracted by electronic devices, looking at the social media and looking at and listening to all the craziness on the news. And sometimes you just got to shut out everything just so you can regroup, because it's so much negative energy out here everywhere you go.
That's good.
And it's important to separate yourself from that. And it's okay to do it. Everybody be like, why she ain't responding? Why is she, you get back to them when you get back and regrouped and rejuvenated. But that gives you an opportunity to take some time to assess your situation, release whatever it is you got to release, so that you can regroup, so you can rejuvenate, so you can revive your own self.
That
That
part.
is helpful. Scream. Find some place you can just let it all out. I don't care what you're screaming. If you got to scream, cuss, holler, whatever, but you're getting it out. You getting it out. The worst thing you want to do is keep holding it in, because once you hold it in, it eats at you. And then
Yeah.
you don't say nothing about that, and then something else happened, and then you hold that in, it just piles up, piles up, piles up, piles up, and piles up. And then when that person or thing or whatever situation hits your last nerve, you break.
That's
And you don't
good.
want to get to that. You don't want to get to a point where you just break and everybody's looking at you like, what in the world is wrong with this person?
Now,
And what is going on? Why are they doing this and they doing the most or whatever? But nobody know what you're dealing with because you've never allowed yourself to just release. And everybody is not meant to tell your business too, of course. So you got to make sure you have those trusted people that you know you can go to that's going to be real, hold you up, build, get you, help you back up, and be a friend there. And sometimes you just need somebody to sit there just to know, look, I just need you to hear me. I don't need you to do anything but to hear me, but it helps.
I
It's
don't
very
want
helpful.
2 cents. I want 3 cents. I want 5 cents.
Right.
I don't,
Exactly.
I don't need your change to change my mind right now. I just want to talk.
Right, exactly. So those different ways, and I mean, use your hobbies, whatever hobbies you like to do. If it's knitting, reading, whatever, utilize that because those are given to us for a reason. We have people have hobbies and they are so at peace because that gives them that. So we got to utilize those things that we love to do.
That's good.
Go to your passions, what you love to do, because a lot of us are sitting our passions and our loves to the side
Yeah.
because we're so consumed with trying to be this for everybody else, trying to do this for everything else, trying to be here and there and be accountable for everybody else's everything but our own stuff.
That's it.
So take that and run to it and utilize that, and own your no. No is a complete sentence. No is a complete sentence. It is okay to say no. I had to learn it myself because I thought yes was what I was supposed to say all the time. No is a complete sentence. And believe me, you don't have to give an excuse for your no. Just say no. What they do with that is on them. I can't do that for you. I don't have time for that right now. They have to take it the way it is. Don't give nothing else after that. Stop right there. Don't
That's
give them
good.
nothing extra. Cause once you give them extra, guess what? They
They
get
gonna
a shoe in. Oh, she, she questioning whether she should say it. So she'll do it.
Yeah.
Once you give them an explanation, they see they way into that, and they walk all over it. And guess what? You out doing something you didn't even want to do
Yeah.
for and you're not feeling good about it because you're like, I should have just went ahead and said no, and I didn't. And now I'm in this situation and I didn't want to be in it. So
Um,
own your no.
and not only
Stand on it.
and stand on it. Let that be firm foundation. And for me, I had to practice how to say no in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Cause this space right here, baby. I say that it's the facially challenged syndrome that I
mm.
because this face can tell a whole lot, and I, my face can be speaking, and in my brain I'm la 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 la, but my face be looking all crazy, and somebody was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Whoa," and I'm like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
That look on your face, I'm like, "What?" I'm like, I'm good, But just understanding the power of your no and
Yeah.
practice saying no. And one of the things that I learned to say is, "Oh, I respectfully decline,"
Mm-hmm.
and they'd be like, because they're so used to me saying yes.
Yes.
And so
Mm-hmm.
now that I'm saying I respectfully decline or no, thank you, or whatever my response is, that is the opposite of what they're used to. It's always a reaction. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you feel empowered and you feel so amazing because you finally were able to say no.
Mm-hmm.
And no saves you time. No saves you
Yes.
trouble. No saves you from overthinking
Mm-hmm.
that it should have been like this or maybe it was like this and blah blah blah. Just learn how
Mm-hmm.
to say no, and I love that. So let me ask you this: so with you and your journey, what made you decide to become this coach?
Well, I contribute that to his God because he kept saying to me that there was more to massage than just the physical.
Right.
It's more to this, and I'm always like, what more do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I don't get it. And as I was going through my own personal journey of self healing, learning how to own my no, and learning how to not always please, being a people pleaser and addressing and acknowledging certain vices that I had. I'm like, it's interesting, and as I did it, I started seeing how better I was feeling, you
Wow.
know, with me being so consumed with trying to please everybody else, I was putting myself way to the back of the line all the time. I was always like, okay, yeah, I get back to that. I may start something full throttle for myself initially, and then if somebody came and, hey, I need you for this, I'm like, I'll get back to that. And I'm doing and doing and doing for somebody else or doing something, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm tired. Why am I even bother doing this? I'm exhausted, and now I didn't forget what I had to do for me. And by the time I come back to that, I don't even want to be bothered with it no more because I'm like, I'll get to it eventually. So
Right.
I was tired of doing the stop and go for myself. I was tired of starting something and then not coming back to it, or starting something, or, half doing it. And that was frustrating for me. And that was the biggest part, was to really go forward
Yes.
and really push for myself.
Yes.
So that has been the fight actually for me, is to push for myself, because that wasn't something I had been accustomed to. I've been accustomed to being for everybody else. I've been accustomed to taking care of everybody else. I'm being accustomed to being everybody's go-to person.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing it for myself. So the more that I started really doing it for myself, and Takara can attest to it, when she started working with me a year ago, I wouldn't even be on this now. I would be like, you want me to do what? I don't know. I can't. No. I was like, I'm good being in the background. I won't do that. But I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't be on here talking. I wouldn't be. That wasn't me. This wasn't me a year ago.
At all.
At all. A year ago was not me, because I was like, I have blue hair. I would have never done that. No. I
No.
would have never done that. That would have been like, no, that's not normal. That's not the, I was accustomed to a comfort zone.
That's good.
And I got in a comfort zone. Even though I was there, I was feeling like this isn't, I'm not comfortable. But why, I'm thinking this is okay. But my whole system, my spirit, my energy was like, this is not,
This ain't
this
it.
ain't working for me. This
Yeah.
is not it.
Yeah.
It's something else that I should be doing. So when God was putting it in my spirit about there's more to do than just the physical, and as I started working with more clients, and even doing my sessions with them and having to talk them down, having to help them to get out of their head,
Yes.
so consumed with their phones. I had to make them get their phones out of the room, because I'm like, I can't do what I'm trying to do if you're so consumed with your attention somewhere else.
Wow.
I can I can release your physical tension to an extent, but if you got all this going on up here, and then you leaving and you speaking all this out here, then that affects your emotions. Well, that's affecting your physical. So everything that I pretty much did, out the door. So
Wow.
totally out the door. And it's not, I wasn't helped, in my opinion. I didn't feel, and they was like, oh, I feel great, but oh, I gotta run and I gotta do this and I gotta take care of this and da da da. Well, you didn't just stress out everything that I just worked out.
Basically, it's
Basically.
right.
So
Come on
it's
here.
I'm just like, well, we just have to wait till the next session and see what happens, because
Right.
you're still at that state of mind where I have to be running. And the whole running thing was just, it was, it's just a taxing thing. I've always been a runner, like doing stuff. I had to always do something. Being still was like, there's something wrong with being still. Why am it's something I need to be doing.
Right.
So as I learned to start being still, like I said, I was stressed out last week, but then I said, you know what? I'm gonna take this time off
That's
for
good.
me.
That's
I'm
it.
gonna take this time off to regroup. I'm gonna take this time off to rejuvenate. I'm
Right.
gonna take this time off to assess and
Yeah.
break down what was stressing me out, why I was doing it.
Uh-huh.
Look at everything as full throttle and see, okay, all right, I'm good here, I'm good there. And each day, I'm more rested, I'm more vibrant, I'm relaxed, and I'm like, this is for me. And I'm okay with it. I'm not stressing about, oh, I just took almost a whole week off of work. I don't care. I'm good, because one is paid time off, so why should I stress about it?
Yeah.
it's paid time off, and it's for me because I thought I was being intentional by taking care of me
That's good.
and my mental, my physical, my emotional. That was important. So
Right,
in order for me to move forward and do and be productive at work or anything, if I didn't take that time, I wouldn't have been productive.
right,
I
right,
wouldn't have been able to focus. I
right.
would still be stressed.
Indeed.
My body would be getting more affected. My pressure probably would be going up,
Mm-hmm.
and weight gain, emotionally eating. I'd have been running to vices. So
Right.
I took the time to back it up
That's good.
and step back and do a me time. And
Indeed.
that's basically what I'm doing.
That. No, ladies, I hope you guys have been taking notes. You might have to catch the replay. This has been such a great and rich discussion because, again, I know as women, we're always on the go. We're moving and shaking and bumping and grinding and and gone. Da, 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 da. And so, like, when do you actually get to sit still and just do something for you and understanding what self care, self love looks like? So, I know we talked about just talking to yourself, speaking life. A lot of us here are big on affirmations, which is huge. Just, giving yourself that time, looking at yourself in the mirror, speaking life to yourself, whatever that looks like, and just continue to evolve with the opportunities that there are to really love on yourself
Hmm.
without thinking that you have to spend $5,000 for on a shopping spree and the spa day and things no, there's practical ways to really love on yourself and to understand that you matter so much that this is needed in order for you to be the whole entire package of a woman, to be the mom, to be the daughter, to be the servant, to be the wife, to be the executive, to be the soccer mom, to be all these
Yeah.
different elements. We have to make sure that we are taking care of self, period. And making sure that we're taking time to rejuvenate. It's bigger than putting on some eye cream when your eyes get puffy. Self care ain't that. It is, but it ain't. So, we
Right.
for a long time have had a crazy definition on what self care is. And a lot of it starts right here with the mental, doing personal development around self
Hmm.
love, reading affirmations, reading books that have something to do with how to position yourself to love on yourself even the more, and just really understanding that your no means no, and that's okay. And as long as you ain't saying nasty no, we good. We saying and you okay. So,
Yes.
oh my gosh, thank you so much for your time, ladies.
You're welcome.
And this has been amazing. So, the one and only Natasha White, how can we keep up with you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at New You Wellness Massage, as well as on Facebook. It's New You Wellness Massage. The words are separated on Facebook. You can also reach me at my website, which is Takara will put it up there. It's kind of long. You can reach me on there, or you can also reach out to me on my business line at 872-221-0073. I'll repeat that again. That's 872-221-0073.
Well, this has been Tell the Truth Tuesday. Hopefully, you guys have gotten some rich nuggets tonight. And remember that self care is so important. You're important. You matter. Your purpose matters. And
Yes.
start taking more time out for yourself and understanding if you need to reach out to Natasha one more time on Facebook, you can find her here. On Instagram, you can find her here. And this mouthful of a website, you can find her here. Okay. Any last words for the people, for these gorgeous women out here, beautiful mind, body, soul? What is one takeaway that you would like to deposit into them?
I think the biggest takeaway is my tagline: living is self care.
Mm,
So live your life and take care of you. Be present in it. You can't nobody else can be as present in your life as you can. So be present.
That's good. That's real good. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
I love all you guys so very. This group means a lot to me. Thank you guys for coming in and participating. Those who are catching this on the replay, make sure to hashtag replay so we know that as well. And make sure that this isn't the first and last time that you guys have heard Natasha. She's very open. She's positioned to be able to pour into women. This is her ministry as well as her business. So be able to know that you're not alone on this journey when it comes to really wrapping your mind and then practicing and developing those habits when it comes to self-love and self-care. Okay? Yay. Until next time,
Yay.
guys. Thank you so much. Love you much.